Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda. Sundays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Featuring real talk, real stories, real support. This is The Mind Matters on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Notes and noise.
Try to find peace in the bottle, long nights in the club, trying to stay out of trouble. On river alcohol, had to learn how to paddle. Lost a lot of friends, it's a war, not a battle. The loneliness double. Staring in the mirror and all I saw was demons. Trying to clear my head, stay focused on this feeling. Had to go through the seasons, God has his reasons. You gotta go blind to the vision. Nothing lasts forever after darkest light. You gotta still believe that your future's bright. Reach for the stars, eyes on the prize. Keep hope alive, enjoy the ride.
Being alive is what it takes. I got this what I am. Believe in truth and life. Being alive is what it takes. I got this what I am. Believe in truth and life. Everything good once you pray hard, yeah. Shimano sola kubango sola. Manyo mutima bokwe kukonekitinga kusanyo. Just work hard on you. Awabulumi wote bulunjia mundabula mubo. Ojikiriza sola.
You gotta still believe that your future's bright. Reach for the stars, eyes on the prize. Keep hope alive, enjoy the ride.
Notes and noise.
Good morning and welcome to Mind Matters with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. I'm always happy to be here on a Sunday because it's refreshing for me. It's as refreshing as the morning breeze. I'm glad to be here with a visitor, a guest this morning who has got a story, and the story is about love. You know, surrounding love, there is a lot. It's not just about the butterflies and the flowers and the going out and everything that comes along with love. It is about healing, it's about pain, and it's about hope. Not in that order. It can be in any order. It can start with pain and turn to love. It can start with healing and turn to pain. It can turn from it. Basically, love is in its own category. So this morning, I'm going to invite directly, without going far, I want to ask Lillian to introduce herself. Lillian.
Yes,
welcome
please.
To Stream UG Radio.
Thank you for having me here, Mr. Bill.
Yes. Tell me, who are you? I like starting with that. Who are you?
I'm by names of Lillian Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm 23 years old.
Okay.
And yeah, that's literally it.
That is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lillian.
Yes, please.
I hope you are feeling comfortable.
Yes,
and
very
at peace
comfortable.
and at
Thank
ease.
you, Mr. Bill.
Because like I said, the topic of love is quite
sensitive.
Yes. So tell me, where do we start from? As a child, How was your childhood?
As a child, we all expect to have the perfect childhood, right?
Yes.
So unfortunately, I didn't have that kind of dream childhood every child would have. It was kind of a mess at the start, but it finally got into place. I thought it finally got into place as I grew up, but sometimes it takes a turn, an unexpected turn. So yeah, let's get back to the childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Namasuba. That's along Entebbe Road. Yeah, I have all my parents, mom and dad, they're okay.
Okay.
A family of 4 siblings, 3 girls, 1 boy. School was okay, yeah, as a child, and but things simply took an unexpected turn.
Okay, when was this?
Let's start with the health complications. Yeah,
Health complications.
health complications.
Health complications. How old were you when these began, and what were they?
Yeah. I think they started at around 2 years old. But getting to know that my health was unstable, that was, I was in P5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the year, of course. Yeah, so, but fortunately my papa and mama were there, but still, things weren't very fine. Yeah.
Okay, what was wrong with your health, if you don't mind saying?
I was asthmatic,
Okay.
but the segregation that comes along that being always sick not only affects your daily life, but even your school life.
Okay.
Yeah. So you start being looked at as a bad person because you're given excuses at school, at home. Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
So you felt that you were being looked at as a bad person?
Yes.
Or were people telling you that you are a bad person?
People used to see me as a proud person. That's what I used to see.
Proud, bad?
Bad.
Bad, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because of the extra care I used to receive.
Okay.
Yeah. So some people translate it badly because you're being given that extra attention. Even in the community, they call you. In Luganda, they say one word day.
Okay, so you are spoiled, they were saying.
Yeah.
Or favored.
Favored.
Okay.
Yeah. So that brings up some kind of loneliness. Yeah. I'm feeling like it impacts your life in a very negative way that you feel like people are seeing you like a bad way, yet it's not your fault.
You're already sick?
Yes. And then people are saying that you're being favored,
Okay.
which isn't right.
So they wouldn't they can't see your pain.
Yes.
And
They
so it
just
made you feel like angry.
misunderstood mostly.
Yeah, misunderstood. Then what effect did the feeling misunderstood give you? Would it make you cry a lot?
Of course, in silence.
Would it make you, how would you feel about people around you? Would you attack them? Would you shy away from them?
I used to stay away from everyone. But when I got really angry, I would destroy things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I used to react. But looking back at it now, I get to understand that I got depressed at a very young age.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are feeling that excess sadness that is prolonged.
Yes.
Which class do you remember that being most difficult?
That was in high school because looking back, I think around Form 2, it was more difficult then.
Okay.
Then skipping Form 3, then to Form 4, it got worse because in my Form 4, I remember, I think in the whole year, I attended 1 month.
At school?
Yes.
And then you still were able to do your exam?
Yes, I did.
So during the time you were not attending school, where were you?
I was at home.
Were you like
Home-
sick most of the
Home
time?
or hospital.
Aha.
I I come out of the hospital today. I go back tomorrow. Yeah.
And so
That's how it
during
used
that
to be.
time when you were in and out of hospital, were you reading books at home? Were you?
I used to try. Yeah. Because there's a moment things got really worse that I don't know if it's medically right to call it a coma, but I went into coma for 9 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
were unconscious.
I was
for 9
unconscious for
Alright.
9 hours.
Mm.
And that took me a while to get back to school. So when I got back to school, even my schoolmates changed the way they used to look at me.
Mm.
They used to call me names.
Like, I don't think they'll call them you again, so it's okay.
Yeah, mostly I was called Wandwade, which means that you're
Wandwade.
always sick. Yeah.
Mm.
And some said that I was just faking the whole thing, which hurt me very much.
Mm.
That I didn't want to get close to anyone.
So it is also part of the reason you were not in school.
Yeah.
So you'd be at home, you're sick, yes, you're not well, but then you add in extra
But then
so
I
that you
feel
don't go.
a bit okay because I'm not around the people that look
Ah.
at me the wrong way.
So you preferred to be away. That was
My escape route.
your escape route. So you managed to finish senior 4.
Yes, I did.
All this is bothering you.
Yeah.
You've gone in S5. Did it
No.
continue to be the same?
No, I didn't join S5. I branched.
Okay.
Yeah, I branched and did fashion and design.
Fashion and design.
Yes.
Okay. That explains the hair. Sadly, the listeners are not going to be able to see it, but yeah. Okay. So now you have gone through this, we'll call it trauma.
Yes.
When you went to do the course, the fashion and design course, how did that help you, or you found the same challenges there?
It helped me because it's something that I loved since childhood. I love dressing up, looking good.
Okay.
So that kind of helped.
You didn't find people calling you Wandwade?
No, everyone just used to mind their own business.
They were more grown up.
Yes.
Okay. So you started getting peace.
Yeah.
Did the depression go then?
For a little time. Yeah. I don't think that it went away. I think it paused. That's what I can call it.
Okay.
Because as an adult, there are some challenges you get and you relapse. I'll call it relapsing. And that depression, that aloneness, that loneliness comes back. Yeah. So that's why I say it paused.
So it paused.
Yeah.
But now you are performing at least. And you are still falling ill as frequently?
No, I'm much better now.
Okay, so do you think that there was a correlation between your frequent sickness and in O level and it reducing when you get to start doing the course that you liked?
Yeah, I think so. I think it reduced because I started doing something that I liked and there was no criticism. Me not being perfect as other people used to refer it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are seeing that depression can actually cause illness. I mean, we've read about these things, so it kind of seems to indicate that because when there was a lot of pressure, when you stopped feeling the attack from other people, then it seemed like it came down a little bit.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
But you've already identified it as depression.
Yes.
How does depression feel?
Oh my God, that's a very big question.
Yeah.
Depression. I don't have a better way of putting it, but you feel like the whole world is shut down. And for me personally, I just used to want and hide from everyone else. Yeah. I used to just be alone. That's what I used to want. But in that being alone, I developed something very dangerous. Yeah.
Which was
Suicidal thoughts.
suicidal thoughts.
Yes.
What are these suicidal thoughts?
Since I was pictured as an imperfect person, I used to think that maybe if I'm not around, it won't hurt much.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to think maybe I should take my life. Yeah.
And this was from what age? Now, this is, okay, which class? Primary school?
Senior 2.
Senior 2.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember I wrote a suicidal note to my dad. That's something I don't feel proud of.
Okay. You were in senior 2.
Yes.
All right.
But all that was in pain. Something that not everyone can understand, because it's so sad that the society thinks that mental illness is something to joke with.
Okay.
Because I was at some place and someone was talking about someone that committed suicide, and they were like, how can someone be that stupid? But they actually don't know that it's not being stupid. I think the society needs to get more knowledge about mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you had suicidal thoughts.
Yes.
You're still in senior 2.
Yes.
Did you make any plans to make it happen, or they were just thoughts in the mind?
I tried.
So, the first time?
I tried jumping into the road.
How did that go?
Not well, because it never worked out.
You jumped too late, or?
I think the driver was steady. Yeah. So I survived that. And I tried messing with my cannula while I was in the hospital. Yeah. But that also didn't work.
It also didn't work. So what were you thinking when you jumped in the road and it failed? Did you get punished for that?
Nobody
knew.
Actually, my parents are going to be surprised hearing this, because no one knew that I ever tried to do that. Okay, they saw the suicide note.
Yes.
But they didn't know that I actually tried to do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad to imagine that in senior 2, a person can think of doing something like that. And when you got to, when did the suicidal thoughts start reducing? Or did they ever reduce?
Yes, they reduced, but I went into therapy.
Okay, that is much, much later.
Yes.
So for how many years do you think that went on for, having those thoughts?
I think around 5 years.
5 years
5,
from
6.
senior 2, then when you were doing your course. But you said when you were doing your course, it was life was lighter.
Yes.
You stopped feeling that.
That's why I used the term that it paused.
It paused.
Yes, but it didn't stop there.
So after finishing your fashion course,
Yeah.
then what happens?
Then I started the dating life.
All right. This is where it's now getting a little bit more serious, because today we are talking about loving somebody who is who is abusing substances.
Yeah.
And what particular substance was it, if we may go to that?
Alcohol.
It was alcohol mainly.
Yes.
But he was smoking.
No, he was taking spirits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and very many people don't understand that love can breed a lot of ill, or I don't know how to even phrase it. It can breed a lot of things deep inside.
Yeah.
You know? Now, we have gone through the beginning part where you've talked about your childhood.
Yeah.
You felt life was biased. You became suicidal. You are depressed.
Yep.
Then now you have gotten a pause from that a little bit when you start doing your course
Yep.
in fashion and design. And then you start dating. How did you
Yes.
meet this person?
I met that person through a friend of a friend.
Okay. You were at a
Yeah.
party or something?
No. Just a normal meetup.
Okay.
Yeah, with a friend, and then that friend shows up with that friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
you feel like the connection is there, of course.
first time, love at first sight.
No.
Yes.
Okay, you feel something at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now when you feel this, what happens? He proposes to you and says,
In Uganda, we don't have proposals.
you just, what do we have?
You just go ahead with something, and eventually they tell you that they like you or they love you.
So you were going out, hanging out. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to Mind Matters with Bill Bekunda, and my guest today is Lillian Keren, who is going to share with us her story of how she fell in love, where it has led her to now, how she was coping. In the first part, we talked about her early life in school and how she developed depression at a very young age in primary school, although she didn't know what it was. And in her adulthood is when she started realizing what depression actually is all about. She felt excluded in school. People blamed her for being sick, which wasn't her fault. And she got a break kind of when she started doing the course she liked after finishing her senior 4. From then, the depression kind of seemed to be at a pause. But in the first part, she talked about how she tried to commit suicide by trying to jump in front of a car, and somehow the driver was steady enough to avoid the collision. The parents have never known. So we are breaking news, and kindly understand that these things happen a lot to young children and people don't know. I just pray that my own children are not suffering the same. So anyhow, there are signs and symptoms to know, but we usually don't know them, and therefore we ignore these things. So she took a pause and then landed on the person she thought was the man of her dreams. So that's where we have reached. Lillian,
Yes,
tell
Mr.
us.
Bell.
So you meet this guy, butterflies and all.
Yeah.
So you start dating. How was the beginning? How did it?
Of course, the beginning is always nice and sweet.
Sometimes it is, not always. But yours was nice and
Yes,
sweet.
mine was nice.
So he would come, take you out.
We would go out, chill, just talk. Of course. Yeah, that was literally it. Nothing much. But after some time, he started being different from the person that I met.
How long did that take?
Around 5-6 months down the road. Yeah, so
How was it? So when you met him, was he drinking, smoking?
he seemed to be a social drinker when I met him.
Okay.
But me, I don't take alcohol. I don't use any drugs. So he used to drink when we were around other people.
Okay.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to be that bad.
So you'd go out
Yeah.
to the bars, to the clubs.
No, mostly we used to chill at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he would be drinking.
Yeah, just simple drinks. We used to meet at home where there were other people, of course. Just social friendly drinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what changed?
Everything changed. He used to call you for a hangout. But then when you reached there, you guys weren't going anywhere. So he became what I now can interpret into a sadist. A person that gets pleasure out of seeing someone else in pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was drinking.
Yes.
So when he was drinking, is that when he would become the sadist, or was it at all times?
The moment I discovered that he had a problem with drinking, and I never saw him sober again.
Before you used to find him sober?
Yes.
In the first
Yes.
6 months,
Yes.
probably.
But when this other side came out, I never saw him sober again.
So how did you discover that he was having a problem? Yet you've been with him and he has still been drinking.
Of course, for someone that you don't stay with in the same household,
Okay.
you can't tell who they really are 100%. But the times that we used to meet, he used not to be the happy person he was. He used to just be there. I'll just say it like that. Someone that doesn't look like he has something going on. He looked like he didn't have a purpose. I'm sorry to put it that way. But he was just there, sluggish, I would say it like that.
Okay. So you'd come, you find him already drunk.
Yes, smelling alcohol. It even seemed like he wasn't having a bath.
Was he working?
No.
Was he still a
I don't
student?
remember. No. He wasn't. He was way older than I was.
Okay. So he was supposed to be working, but you never
Yes.
saw or even knew that he was working.
Yep.
Now you're still a young girl, probably in your late teens, was it? Late
Yes.
teens?
Yes.
And you are with this guy. First you come, you visit him. He seems to be okay.
Yeah.
Then within the period of 6 months,
He's-
you start
yeah.
finding him drunk all the time.
Yes.
He never told you, I work here or anywhere.
No.
Did you know his family?
Yes.
You knew his family?
Yes, I knew his family.
So you'd meet them at home or?
Yeah, at home. We'd meet at home. Yeah.
So now you see that he's beginning to drink. What
so
happened?
In my head, I thought it would be okay. Because my parents are social drinkers. Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to see them drink and they used to stay calm. And
Nothing
cool.
was happening to
Yes.
them. Yes.
So I thought maybe if I help him, he would quit.
So the first thing you thought about was you're going to help him
Yes.
to quit.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But it turned out that I couldn't.
So how are you trying to help him? What methods were you using?
Speaking to him some sense.
But you said he was way older than you are.
Yeah, he was like 5 years older than I. Yeah.
Now you're trying to speak sense to someone.
Yes, because at that point it seemed like he had lost it. And one thing about me, I can talk. I can convince you if you're ready to listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, how was his response to your talk?
Of course, when you're there, he seems like, okay, I've understood. Things are going to change. It's going to be better. But the moment you leave,
He continues.
yes. I tried even throwing away his bottles for some time, but I don't know where he used to hide them. Because you throw away this one, in just a minute, he has
Yes.
another one.
He has another one.
Yes.
Okay. Me as a person who has been an alcoholic myself, I think I can explain something of that to you because probably up to this stage you haven't yet understood what happens.
Yeah.
When the person who is suffering a substance use disorder is beginning to develop a serious problem, they are able to hide a little bit. Okay? It's not fully open. And that is why at the beginning you wouldn't identify that he has a problem. And then they would probably continue when you're not around. But the more you get involved, when you can come around anytime and all that, now I have, and I'm getting used to you. There is nothing for me to hide
anymore.
because it is my comfort. Okay? And the rest is up to you. We say that you become a little bit, not a little bit, you become selfish. What people don't understand, which I may explain now, is that you don't intend what you are doing. You have also lost control. You see, because I'm going to come and ask you some other questions of what you'd feel about the things he was doing and some of the things he was doing that probably you can mention. You find that when you take alcohol, it goes into your body. It is absorbed into your bloodstream.
Yep.
Blood circulates around the whole body, and the molecule of alcohol is very small. It can actually enter the brain.
Okay.
So as long as there is alcohol in the blood system, it keeps going into the brain, and then the liver keeps trying to expel it. When it goes into the brain, it prevents connection with different parts of the brain. That is, it prevents connection between the brain parts, that is thinking and action, and the body parts, that is between movement and responses and the brain. So everything slows down, and we call it depression. It starts depressing the body. So you don't think right, you don't act right, you don't respond right, you don't move right.
Yeah.
You see, and you cannot control, once the alcohol is in the system, depending on how much it is and how it affects you, you are not in control. The rest is automatic. So when you see somebody who is drunk, they are not pretending. They are not intentionally becoming whatever they become. You see, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with your story. So now you're noticing that this guy is getting out of hand. You're talking, he's not responding. Then what do you do?
Of course, for someone that's with someone that's abusing drugs or substances, it not only affects the person that's using them, but it affects you as well.
It affected you.
Yes.
Yes.
So I started thinking of myself like I've failed him because I can't help him get out of his maze.
So you felt you had failed him
Yes.
because of his problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that took me back.
You had a break from your depression.
Yes.
And when you met him, I'm sure the depression now disappeared. You are now happy, or it was still there?
I was happy when I met him, but when things started going the wrong direction,
Okay.
I felt like maybe it's my fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah, that's why I even wanted to fix it. Yeah.
Yes. So now you are beginning to get back the same feelings that you had
Yeah.
when you were young.
Yeah.
You are blaming yourself
Yeah.
that there is something I'm not doing right for this
Yes.
guy. Okay. So now you're blaming yourself, but you're still with him.
Yes, because that's how it is.
Is it how it is? Would
For
you go
some
back to
people-
him
No.
now?
A big no.
So why do you think that you continued going back?
I had hope, and I was very patient.
You had hope that you are going to?
Change him,
To fix
that
him.
everything is going to be okay. It's just a matter of time.
Did you think at a certain point that it was you who is the problem
Yes.
and that he's drinking because of you?
Yes, but I think that was just a mentality from what I got from my childhood. That when something goes wrong, it's my fault.
It is your fault.
Yes, but there was no specific way that I would tell that this is the reason I'm saying that it's my fault. You get it?
Because as a child, you felt that it was your fault that you're sick.
Yes.
Now he's making it feel like it is your fault that he is drinking.
Yes.
Did he say that directly to
No.
you?
No, he never did. Because even if you asked him what the reason was for his drinking, he wouldn't tell you anything.
You just keep quiet.
Yes.
So that is now you are manipulated mentally into thinking
That is my fault.
I'm a terrible person.
Yes. I actually grew up with that, thinking that I'm a very bad person.
So how did you deal with it?
I left him.
How that was after how long?
Not very long. When I felt like all my energy is going to waste, I left him.
So that was within 6 months of the relationship, or it went on longer?
It went on longer because, as I've told you, I was patient with him. Yeah,
So we are giving about how long?
like
It lasted how long?
like a year.
Like a whole year?
Yeah.
So 6 months in, you realize there's a problem?
Yes.
But you still went probably another 6 months?
No, I went for more 4 months.
For another 4 months?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
6 months.
6
Yeah,
months.
Yeah. 6 months.
And then how are you dealing with it? You just come, quarrel and go back?
Yes.
Or
Come, quarrel, talk. Feel like something is going to go right, and then it doesn't. Yeah.
when you were going back knowing that the last time you had threatened didn't work, how would you be feeling?
Of course, disappointed in myself that I couldn't do it.
Would you feel like maybe there is something you didn't say right the last time?
Yes.
And you'd reach there and say it now?
No. I developed a problem whereby I used to think very, very much about what I'm going to say. Is it right? Is it wrong? But then even after thinking that it's right, I wouldn't say it. I'll be hesitant because I would fear to be judged. And that developed into a very big problem that I just overcame.
So you were stuck with him.
Yeah.
How did you live?
I just ghosted him.
As in you blocked, you stopped?
I just stopped talking to him. I never blocked him.
And did he keep trying to get back?
For some time. After some time. Yeah, but I wasn't interested anymore.
So now how are you feeling? Did you feel like you had failed?
At first I felt like I'd failed, of course. Simply because I thought that everything that happened around me was my fault. Yeah.
So you think that did you think that you made him worse than you found him?
Yes, because when I met him, he wasn't that way.
When you met him, he seemed to be in control.
Yes, but after some time with me, that's when he started, yeah.
You know, even some people who listen will say that maybe it is you. And it is the same way that you yourself can think about yourself and say, maybe it is me. Do you, at this point, think that you had some contribution to it?
No, because after some time, I realized that he had his personal issues that he was dealing with that led him to that drinking, excessive drinking.
Okay, so when you broke up, basically, you went into another depression, which you were already in. Did it get worse?
Yeah, it got worse. Feeling like you're trying again and again, but you keep failing.
Okay. During that time, whom were you talking to?
My big sister, Charity. I speak to her almost all the time. I feel like something is not right. Yeah.
So how was it helping?
For a minute. It used to help.
Did she encourage you to leave the relationship, to get out of it?
Of course. She was like, it's not healthy for you. You can see that.
But you kept going.
Yes. Against her say. And then I used to go back to her crying because, as I told you, he was a sadist. So he used to make sure that he gives you some pain. So that
physical?
Yes, physical pain.
So he would slap you, kick you?
Yes.
And you'd go back?
Yes.
You know, it's difficult for someone who is listening to understand how somebody would actually go back.
Yeah. But as someone that used to fall down and still get up.
Wow. We are back on Stream UG Radio. You can share this with a friend. On Facebook, we are Stream UG Radio. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. And our email is info@streamUGradio. We have a WhatsApp line, 256-767-864-228. I'll say that again. WhatsApp line is 256-767-864-228. You can send your questions and your feedback and we'll share with you. I'm still with Lillian Karen. And she's sharing information that has never been shared before. To your parents, I am saying that please understand what's going on. Maybe I'll need to take them through a session to understand. Because we are seeing here that you are a young lady in her late teens being traumatized, or it was, at whatever age it was, who was being traumatized by a man who is suffering from an alcohol use disorder. You are talking with your sister.
Yes.
Your sister is telling you don't go back.
Yes.
But you insist and go back.
Yeah.
And then you come back crying to her. Would she advise you to probably seek further help, or she would tell you exactly the same thing again?
She'll tell me to quit it. That's the only solution she used to have for me. Because as I told you, the society has very, very little knowledge about how mental health is serious or how serious mental health is. Yeah, so the only solution we used to have was, Lillian, stop doing that. Stop going there. But for next year, I'll go back.
You'd still go back. Would he call you and say, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Because you see, going back is not just going back. There is reason why you go back.
Yes.
Yes.
But even when he didn't call, I would go because I wanted to fix him. Yes.
So now you developed an obsession of fixing this person.
Yes. Since I had it in my head that I couldn't fix myself, I was like, maybe I can fix someone else. Yes.
Do you still have that feeling?
Of fixing others?
Yes.
Yes.
You still do?
Yes.
So it has to go away somehow. Because the only person who can fix is ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, your sister, how did she react when you'd come back to her?
Of course, she used to be angry at me, and that would, of course, piss me off. Why doesn't she understand? Because I wanted her to see it from my perspective, but she couldn't. So that just used to make me angry. Why aren't you getting my point?
Yes. And you see, for her, she keeps seeing this person doing the same mistake
Yes.
that she has. And it seems obvious to the person who is advising you.
Yes.
At any point, did you ever have any idea that maybe you might get professional help that could?
At that point, no. Because I didn't know that that's available in Uganda.
You didn't even know that there is what we call mental health.
Yes. The mental illnesses that we used to know was of people being mad.
Aha.
Yes.
So you can see that it is evident that there are many people who have issues, but they think that they can be solved by what they are thinking
Yes.
or by people that they know. They'll never think of an alternative, which is dangerous, as you can see. You were getting beaten up by a man. Did you ever tell your parents?
No. Daddy, I'm sorry. He's listening.
Well, you're an adult now, so though still a young adult. Yes. So you are being beaten. You are going back.
Yes.
Your sister is mad at you, but finally you are able to walk away and ghost him.
Yes.
But then you kept that trauma. How did you feel about yourself when you broke up with him?
I felt like there's nothing I can do right. That's how I felt.
Did it take you back to like how you were growing up?
Yes, of
Did you-
course. It took me back to that room that I never wanted to be in ever again.
And so when you were younger, you said you had suicidal thoughts.
Yes.
What happened?
Of course, they came back.
Yes.
Yeah. But this time around, I never attempted.
You didn't attempt.
Yes.
So you just sit there and have a fantasy of...
Over rope and many more.
Oh, you tell me the things you thought about.
Doesn't it feel like I'm giving people hints on how to take their lives?
Because people with suicidal thoughts are already thinking of things and, you know? Yeah.
I used to have very many tablets, so I used to think of overdosing myself.
Oh, yeah, you had the asthma.
Yes.
It was getting worse.
At that point, it wasn't.
Okay.
It had reduced a little bit.
And so you had the medication.
Yes,
So you thought
with
of
me.
overdosing.
Yes.
You never did overdose
No.
even once?
No.
Okay. Did you ever try again to run in front of a car or?
No, I never attempted this time around.
Okay. And for
I
how
just
long did that
thought-
last?
It lasted very long. Plus mental breakdowns, sitting alone, quiet, isolating myself, crying all the time. And then when I come out of my room, I have to put on a smile for the people around home.
So you're crying in your room,
Yes.
smiling with the people
Yes.
outside.
And that never helped. It just made things worse.
What else did it do to you? I mean, that was not normal to you.
Of course, I got anxiety. I never wanted to see people again. I got social anxiety. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to speak to people because I thought when I speak, I'm going to say something wrong. Yeah,
So you now started staying at home.
of course. Yeah.
You are not going for parties.
No.
How long did that last?
Forever. Because
Forever.
I don't party.
Now you don't party.
Yes, I don't.
So is that the reason you don't go outings and all that?
I don't like being around people. And most people term it as being an introvert. Yes.
But you know you're not an introvert. You know it's because now you're saying you're convinced that it's because of what happened to you, starting from being in school and people blaming you for things that you are not supposed to be blamed for, and then meeting this gentleman. Was that the end of meeting?
Yes, it
was the end.
Yeah.
And you decided, I'm not going to go back into this.
Yes.
Or you were taking some risks. But
No.
half in, half out.
No, I decided to take a pause.
Okay.
Yes, and I decided to work on myself. Yeah, that's what I did.
So how long after you leaving the situation did you decide to start working on yourself, and how did you work on yourself?
I think after 2 years. Yes.
So for the whole 2 years, what were you doing?
Depressed, not speaking to anyone apart from my family members, and staying away from anything that could take me out of the house.
So you are a home girl?
Yes.
Was it pleasing to your parents that you always at home?
No, mostly dad. He's always like, why don't you move out? Why don't you have friends? Because I don't have friends.
Yes.
It's very hard for me to interact with people. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to ask you to Google something here called social anxiety. And we can see if I may explain something a little bit here.
Yes, please.
When we look at the history of what was happening to Lillian, she started off, the childhood wasn't normal because it was full of illness. She had asthma, and the asthma caused her to miss a lot of school and be favored a lot. So everyone thought that this was unfair.
Yes.
Where you're a favored kid, you're a spoiled child.
Yes.
And yet deep inside you are actually going through pain.
I was hurting very much.
With a lot of medication.
Yes.
And when you stay away from school, people think, this one is
enjoying life.
So it caused depression.
Yes.
Children actually do get depression. The one thing that adults sometimes don't understand is that they do get depression.
Yeah.
And when you're a child and you're depressed, you just don't know what it is, to a point where it begins to feel normal.
Yes.
Like, depression is part of it. Is normality. It's normal to be sad. But there are some people who will tell you that I don't get sad. I get sad only when something really bad happens.
When someone dies.
Or when I've lost money or something like that. But there is that sadness that is continuous. It doesn't stop.
And you can't explain it.
And you can't explain it. Now that starts building insecurities.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
You start building insecurities, and when you get insecurities, you start looking for a coping mechanism.
Yes.
So I would say probably part of that coping mechanism was, number one, I don't know whether it was your choice not to go back to senior 5, but going to do what you like also became a coping mechanism because it comforts you.
Yeah.
That at least I have hope I'll be doing something with myself.
I just wanted to stay away from the school environment because it had got very, very toxic for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and it was my decision. I sat down with Dad. I told him, no, I don't want to go to HSC.
Yes.
Let me just go do something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now that gave you some kind of security.
Yes.
But it wasn't enough because by nature, human beings are social beings. And so that now pushes you to seek companionship.
Yeah.
You're a female. There are males.
But by that time, it was just for show off. Nothing serious, nothing intimate.
To show that
I have a boyfriend,
yes.
Just that, but nothing intimate.
And understandable.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that a person lacks connection, and therefore they seek for connection through others. And boyfriend, girlfriend makes it a little bit more because you feel I'm going to be with a man, he's going to be my support system.
Yeah.
He's going to be my, protector. Yeah? I don't know what you do. But you go looking for that because you've never had it. And you feel that somebody else is going to be able to take away your fears, your pain, because everybody else is causing you pain.
They were simply looking for a comforter.
Yes. And when you first meet him, he's being all those things.
Yes.
Nice, free gifts, money, I don't know.
Night calls.
Night calls, you talk for 24 hours. And then now he starts, the problem that he has starts manifesting.
Yes.
Because I would say that even a person suffering a substance use disorder, in the earlier stages, they also look for comfort because they are going through probably the same thing. So they say birds of the same feather
Flock together.
So he is using alcohol to cope. You are using him to cope. Now you start trying to help each other cope, but then it's not working. You're not getting the fulfillment. He's not getting the fulfillment.
Yes.
And so he discovers that using alcohol makes more sense than being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And you discover that trying to fix probably will make more sense because it seems to work in the short term. But the more effort you put in and the more effort he puts in, the more it fails.
Yes.
So where are we heading now? We are heading to disaster.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And therefore everything starts to clash.
Yes.
See, where your coping mechanisms now are conflicting. What
Yeah.
you're trying to do to help is probably pushing him further away. It's like, you're not helping me. The alcohol is actually helping me.
Yeah.
You know, I had an alcohol problem, and I will tell you that nothing worked better for me than alcohol. Nothing. No words, no money, not anything. Because if I got money, I would use it to drink. If I didn't have money, I would drink because I thought it would help me get money. So what is supposed to be a solution becomes your problem. So everything actually becomes the problem. And then when somebody is looking at you drinking, they just think, Taina Magezi. Or, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll ask yourself, and I'm sure you'd ask yourself, but what's wrong with him? Can't he
Yes.
see? You know?
Can't you see that he's going the wrong part
But for him, he's going the right way.
in his head? But
In his
that was
head.
not right.
Thank you. Let us take a short break and we will be right back with more of Lillian and her story. Thank you for tuning in.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, welcome back to Mind Matters on Stream UG Radio with Bill Bekunda. Please share the link so that people can tune in and understand a little bit more about loving someone with a substance use disorder. I am personally somebody who had a substance use disorder, and unlike my guest, Lillian, I was the one who was loved in that condition. And when she's talking about what was happening in her life, I kind of see things that were happening to me, but for me from the other side. Because I was loved. I was loved by my family. I was loved by the people I was in relationship with. I remember in campus when I was in university, I was in a relationship. I'm not going to go to the ones in secondary school because those ones were for playing games. It was, I don't know, but because my problems began as early as senior 2, I never was able to have a relationship with a female for the reasons that the conversations were good. I was a cool guy. I probably was kind of handsome, you know. Well, they used to tell me that. But then when I would start engaging with a female to get to know her more, and then I didn't have the courage to, you know, to say certain things, I would use alcohol to be able to communicate. And the moment I start drinking, everything falls apart because I would become entirely somebody who is not the person that I am. There is a misconception that alcohol brings out the real you. And I actually did speak with a client yesterday. Yesterday. And I was explaining to him that it is a lie. Alcohol doesn't bring out exactly who you are. Alcohol just inhibits communication between the reasoning part of the brain and the action part. So the brain is bombarded by needs to do. Then when that's in the amygdala, the action part, then it sends communication to the frontal lobes, which then weigh the situation, consequences, and needs assessment, and all that is done in record time. And therefore, when the information is sent to the frontal lobes, you reason it out and say, no, I shouldn't do this. When you drink, there is a disconnect between the amygdala, which is the action part, and the frontal lobes, and therefore, you cannot discern. You don't have that debate in your brain, and therefore you just act on impulse. And that's why so many things go wrong. So there is a lot that happens to somebody who is using that we don't understand. I just wanted to give you a little bit of news about Uganda, about what is happening in the mental health world of Uganda. June 12th, the national budget which was presented drastically cuts funding for mental and reproductive health, accounting for under 1% of the total health budget. We have been advocating for an increase from the 1% of the total health budget. That is for mental health. But here we are. It's now even been cut further to under 1%. And we had advocates like Dr. Martin Bakundana, LAM for Mindfulness Limited. He warned that this sets off a crisis in service delivery, especially for public hospitals, and the one that we know and we have, like Butabika Hospital, which is already overwhelmed. I don't understand what is going on, but I think we need a direct talk with the president of this country, because he's the one who makes things work. 1%, less than 1%, that is terrible. Despite USAID pulling a 1 million grant early in 2025, we have Strong Mind Uganda is still persevering. Its local government is scaling its group psychotherapy model to treat anxiety and depression. Mental health in Uganda. On June 5th, we had a soul picnic at Canopy Gardens, led and organized by my dear friend Jerry Opoka. It gathered community members, advocates, and officials to openly talk about mental well-being through discussions, music, and mindfulness. I am glad to say that Lillian was also present for that one. I think it's what gave you some of the courage to come for this show. Thank you for participating. So Geraldine Opoka from Soul Foundation Uganda described it as just the beginning in dismantling stigma through neighborhood dialogue. And we want to have more of these. What are the key takeaways? Chronic underfunding, mental health services receive less than 1% of Uganda's health budget. Organizations like Strong Minds and Soul Foundation, Safe Places Uganda are stepping up local and peer-based models. Safe Places Uganda, I'll be biased with it because I do support the systems there. As part of the team, we do have mental health. We do have a mental health hospital and an outpatient facility, both outside and inside of the city, whereby whatever you feel or you hear from this program, you might need answers to, please come directly or call us. Just go to www.safeplacesuganda.com and you'll get all the information you need. We urge people to take more practical and professional measures towards solving their mental health problems. And a mental health problem is any discomfort you feel that you don't really understand. Let's get back to the conversation. Lilia.
A minute before we go back to the conversation.
Yes.
Talk about the picnic. It was a very, very beautiful experience.
Yes. Yes.
And a thank you, a big thank you to the organizers.
Yes.
And I think we should have more of those, like 3 times a year. One picnic a year isn't enough.
It's not enough.
Mental illness is something that's very big than what most people think. So I think we need to educate people more about that. The mental health gospel should be spread more.
I'm glad that we have recruited you now, and we are going to hear more of that. Yes. Yes, Geraldine Opoka, please shout out to you. I hope you get this. I hope you are listening, because I sent you a message. I don't know if I did that personally, but we need more of these, and we should sit on the round table and see when the next one is going to come.
In different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
by the way, you can tell me about
Canopy is very far. So me, I came from Entebbe to Canopy, but for some people, it can't be possible for them to come from Entebbe to Canopy. So maybe at some time they can go to Entebbe side, Mbale side, Jinja, Mbara. Yeah, it will be nice.
Yes, very true. Now we are going to go into questions. And please feel free also to ask me questions, because
yes, Mr. Bill.
It would be, people need to understand some of these things.
Yes, please.
And I want to have more specific answers.
Yes, please.
What was it like to love someone with a hidden substance use disorder?
Hectic and painful.
Explain that.
You get to lose yourself while you're trying to help another find themselves. And that's a very painful thing.
Did you feel responsible for their recovery?
I don't know if they recovered.
Did you feel at the time responsible?
Yeah, I think.
I think you mentioned that earlier,
Yeah.
saying that you thought you could fix them.
Yes.
And then how did you feel when you failed?
Disappointed in myself, having that back feeling. Yeah, it came back. Lydian, there's nothing you can do right. Yes.
Okay, so it broke you more than it made you.
Yes.
So what is your advice you give to people who are in such relationships? How would you help them if it were you? You imagine, I want you to take a picture of yourself and right now and say, this is what I wish somebody could have told me at the time.
I wish I listened to my big sister because it wasn't worth my mental health. It just made it worse than it could have been. So yeah, if you're in that kind of situation, darling, get up, get your stuff, leave. It's not worth your mental health. If he's not ready to go into therapy, because you should bring it up. We have it in Uganda, like you mentioned, safe places. Yeah. So if he's ready to go into rehabilitation, go into therapy, that's something that's nice. But if he's against it and he's like, no, he cannot do that, your mental health is much important than a relationship.
Okay. So do you feel that did your view of love change? Okay, why are you in love anyway, if I may ask? Because
at that
now
point,
you're older.
I thought I was in love, but those were young games because I was young at that moment.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you met the same person now, before they had done anything to you, if you met the same kind of person, would you still feel...
No.
How do you know? Because when you met him, what are the signs that you figure out now that you should have paid attention to?
There's something called love bombing. When you've just met someone, they make you feel special. They do everything right. No, that's not
so
true.
If someone does everything right, that's a
at the
red
start,
flag.
That's love bombing. And love bombing is manipulation.
Okay.
So they make you think that they're perfect. So it's better you go with a person that knows that he is imperfect and he's ready to sit down and try to fix himself than someone that's arrogant, rude, and isn't ready to look into himself.
Was the person arrogant and rude at the beginning?
At the beginning, I told you it was love bombing. Roses.
So you couldn't notice the
Yes,
arrogance.
but the problem is when I got to know that he's arrogant, I never left, and that's a very big red flag. I could have seen. So if your partner seems very sweet, and then after some time, you guys you notice that he's different, you sit down and talk to him, and if he shows that he's ready to change, give him time. But if he's like, no, you cannot tell me what to do, I'm a big man. No, darling.
Okay. But don't you, if you don't remember, you are already too deep to...
Auntie,
Yes.
I give you my advice. It's up to you to take it. You take your feelings, but the price is huge.
The price is big.
Yes.
So young people out there, I think you're hearing from your fellow youth about her personal experience and how the view of love changed. So what do you look for now when you're looking for?
Actually, at the moment, I'm not looking for something. I already
but
have
what
someone. Yes.
Yes. What is that person like?
Oh my God. Very gentle.
No love bombing?
No love bombing. Just realness. Yeah. I won't say his name. But he's everything out there. Apart from the negatives. Of course, he's imperfect. But he accepts that he's imperfect.
Okay.
Yeah, apologizes when he's wrong. And you just let life flow.
So basically now you have left the stage of fearing commitment.
Yes, I'm out of
you
that.
You can go in 100%, come rain, come shine. What if he drinks a little bit, then?
First and foremost, he knows I hate when someone drinks, and he knows I don't drink. So I don't
But
think...
what if he was drinking? So you're saying drinking is now, you need a teetotaler. A teetotaler, that's somebody who doesn't touch completely.
Yes.
That is your objective.
Yes.
What if he has been a drinker before and he stopped?
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, he was, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. What do you wish you knew earlier?
That mental health isn't something to joke with. That it's something that needs help with. It's very difficult to overcome it on your own. You have to get someone that listens, and a professional, I would say. Yeah, because for me, I had to seek therapy because of that. It's something that didn't come up in one day, and it's not something that went away in just one day.
Yes.
It took time to mature into the hecticness that it was.
Yeah.
Suicidal thoughts, depression, social disorder, social anxiety disorder.
Social anxiety, yeah.
So it takes time to go away.
It takes time to go away.
Yes.
So now let us talk about that that transition. When you came from after this relationship, you ghosted this person, and the time you got help. What was happening in between there? You said that was 2 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Around 2 years.
How were those 2 years? What were you doing apart from staying at home?
Crying, not eating.
Yes.
Even when I felt like I wanted to eat, I wasn't ready to eat. So I was so underweight that it was going to become a problem as well. It's something, though I never resorted to drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a no-no for me.
So what do you think discouraged you? Did you ever think of drinking ever before?
No, because I saw what alcohol could do to someone.
So that was your motivation.
Yes.
It was like, already I've seen this, I'm not going
I've seen
there.
how bad it can get, and I'm not ready to go that way. And of course, like on in a festive season, you see people drink and start urinating on themselves. That kind of thing. No, I couldn't imagine myself in such a situation. So I was like, no, that's not for me.
So you got your motivation from your personal experience.
Yes.
And yet there are some people who don't.
And then they just resolve to that.
And they also now resolve to it. Well, it's unfortunate, but sometimes they just also try it as to see, let me see what happens.
And some people do it to help the other. I don't know how that works.
I mean, it's like saying someone will tell you that if we could drink together, I wouldn't feel like I'm, an outcast. And they'd be like, maybe just take some, you'll understand. And you see, the problem with drinking is that when you start drinking, it takes control. I'm going to have to explain this, I think, a little bit. When you start drinking, nobody starts drinking with the intention of developing a problem. That is not part of it. Everybody starts drinking for a reason. Let me give you the reasons. Maybe I'll give you my own reason. I was suffering from anxiety. So because of this anxiety, I did not go out myself to drink, but it was introduced to me by my friend. When I tasted the alcohol, I liked it. I liked the effect it gave me. So when I liked the effect that it gave me, I decided to continue
drinking.
The more I drank, the more I became dependent on it to feel better about myself, to be more confident, to enjoy the moment, to pass time. Over time, it developed into a need to drink just to get by.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, I was still telling you about my drinking and about how drinking comes from using to becoming a problem. Nobody intends to. And like I mentioned earlier, it helped me with the anxiety, where I was uncomfortable about everything and anything. I feared being in crowds. I couldn't, the only time I was comfortable was in class, in front of a blackboard, discussing to people about physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics. And then here I find this alcohol, which has been introduced to me by my peers, my classmates, and it makes me entertaining. It made me part of a group. It made me feel good about myself. I was finally a fun guy, and despite the fact that it affected my academics, I still found it irresistible. It was more important than my education, actually, for me. So sadly, I took it on, and now I reached a point where I wanted to stop, and I could not stop. I was actually conscious about what I was doing wrong, but I would still use alcohol to fix it, because I would tell myself every time, this time I'm going to drink well. This time I'm going to take only 2 beers, but then I end up drinking 10. In fact, in recovery, we say 1 is too many. 1 sip
is too many. And 1,000 drinks are not enough. 1 sip is too many, because the moment you take 1, you're not going to stop. Addiction means the inability to control despite negative consequences. And it's very important to know inability to control, meaning that you cannot, it's like slipping and falling. You can't stop yourself when you're sleeping. Only somebody else or something else can hold you and stop you from hitting the ground. That's what it is. So that is why the person you were in a relationship with was behaving the way that they behave. We have to learn to separate the person and the disease.
because the disease is the alcohol use disorder. It's the one making the person do all those things. When the person stops using, then they start using their brain. People think using your brain is an insult, but you start using your brain because
When you're on alcohol, you stop
you
functioning.
stop using your
perfectly.
brain. You start using automatic responses. The more intoxicated you get, the more you use them. And the problem with an alcohol use disorder is that your responses spill over into your sobriety because you've made mistakes. There is guilt. There is shame.
Yeah.
There is anger. There is frustration. And therefore, you have got to try and survive. And therefore, how do I survive? I start trying to manipulate the situation to favor me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know myself that it wasn't me. I know it was the alcohol. But everybody is looking at me and saying, you guy, you're another person altogether. I mean, that is you. Remember the quote I brought in the beginning when they say that people say that intoxication brings out the real you, which I said is a lie.
Yeah.
And therefore they think that you are the way you are when you're drunk as opposed to being the way you are when you're sober. And you'll always find that the majority, 99.9% of people in their sobriety, they are very good people, very hardworking, intelligent, or whatever it is. And when they are high, they are the opposite. Either they are sloppy, violent, angry, and all that. And that is why they'll come back and say sorry. But when he comes and says sorry, he has already slapped you.
Yes, exactly.
And you can do nothing about that. You see? So it is very, very complex. You know?
Yeah.
I asked you to ask me questions if you'd want to ask a question. You know? But yeah, we need to understand that loving somebody who is suffering a substance use disorder, number one, it's not easy.
Yes.
Considering what happened to you,
Yeah.
you know it is not easy.
Yes.
Okay? Then, much as it is not easy, you feel obligated to because you see this person as helpless.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. So you try to fix their...
You know that they need help and you try to give a help, but if you're not a professional, your help is not helpful.
It doesn't work.
Yes, it doesn't
Basically.
work. Yeah.
And then you get back to square one.
Zero.
Okay? So now we are going to go to your recovery journey. Tell us. 2 years. Why did it take you so long for you to seek professional help?
Because I didn't know that it was here. I didn't know that I could get the professional help.
You didn't know. So how did
Yes.
you get to know?
I found out from TikTok. I was scrolling on TikTok and I found someone talking about mental
Name
health.
the someone.
Okay, I was scrolling on TikTok and that was 2 years back.
2 years ago?
1 year, 2 years back.
Okay.
Yeah. And I found Mr. Bill.
You found Mr. Bill. Which
Bekunda.
Mr. Bill?
Mr. Bill Bekunda on TikTok talking about mental health. So every time I came across his video,
Bill Bekunda, are you
yes.
meaning me?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Bill.
Yes,
I gave in my time. And there he was explaining drug abuse, substance use disorder, mental health. Yeah, I was surprised and I was like, okay, I can really get help from here. Then I discovered that I had a problem because
Yes.
I didn't know that it was a problem. I was just feeling unwell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because now that is me now, when you were hearing these things, I was basically talking about alcoholism, right?
Yes.
Did it like bring memories of what was happening?
Yes. It took me back. And I was like, so what that person did didn't only affect him, but I was also affected because of the way I feel now to the place that it took me back to.
Okay.
According to the way you were explaining
The way I was
it.
explaining.
Yes.
So now you are listening to these TikToks,
Yes.
but listening and deciding are two different things altogether.
Yes.
How long did it take you from the first time you heard the message?
Oh my God. It took me some courage and some time to put myself together and be like, okay, I'm ready to go get help from Mr. Bill. So I think I reached out to you after like 7 months of seeing you.
So
on
7
TikTok.
months you are watching.
Yes.
And what would you think? I'm curious to know what you would think about when you'd be watching those.
There are many videos where you were talking about mental health, right? So I used to see them and be like, okay, Lillian, you have a problem and you need help, because no matter how many times you sit down, cry, put on a fake smile, it doesn't work out. And there's that self-love that was missing. I only used to judge myself.
Okay.
Telling myself how incompetent I am. Seeing myself as a failure. But that was all mental. Yeah. So I came to realize that I wasn't normal. The feeling I was feeling isn't normal and I needed help. Yeah, that's
So
when
then,
I reached out.
How did you, was it like automatic, today I'm going to call next week? Or,
No. I had to think about it for a very long time.
should I call? Should
Yes.
I not call?
Yes.
But you have a problem. Why was it taking so long?
Because I was afraid to accept that I have a problem,
Okay.
that I need help. That's why it took me a long time to do so.
You know why I'm trying to emphasize that? It is because I do get comments on my social media what you call them on those social media, Facebook,
Handles, yeah.
Twitter, and all that. And the person will be telling me, I feel this way. You know, sometimes they say that my brother or my relative has this,
Yeah.
but that is where it stops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that is why I'm trying to get it out of you of like, fine, okay, you just woke up one day and said, in 5 minutes, I'm going to make a call.
No.
Or you said, tomorrow I'm going to call, next
No.
week.
I thought about it for a very long time,
Yes.
as I've said. And one day, I was just like, let me text him. Because I do not comment
Okay.
on posts. Yeah. So I used to watch your videos, but never leave a comment. But the message, of course, was passed on.
It was clear.
Yeah, very clear.
Yes.
And one day I was like, let me message him and see if he'll respond. I was even just trying. Then I told you, I don't remember very well what I wrote, but I said to you that this is very good information you're passing on. And I think I told you that I need your help. Yes, and you responded. So, yeah.
Yes, now I responded. Now, you know that because there is a difference here. There are people who send me messages. I send them my phone number. I send them my office number. I send them the Safe Places number.
Yes.
But only about, I won't even say 10%, only about 4 or 5% respond. And of the 5% that respond and try to communicate on social media or WhatsApp, only 1% of those get up and move. So what motivated you to get up and move?
I think the time that I sat down and let it sink in was enough for me to know that when I reach out to you and you respond, give me your number, I was ready to stand up and come to you because I was dying inside with a smile on my face. Yes.
So at home, nobody still would see you crying? Or they got used to it?
They would just see me with mood swings, seated there, everyone is laughing, I'm just looking, and then eventually I just leave the room.
Okay.
That kind of weird behavior. Yes.
And I'm sure your parents were concerned, or you didn't allow them to notice.
I tried my level best to hide it from them. Yes.
But your siblings knew?
Yeah, and they just thought I was just emotional.
Kwekwaza.
Or yeah. Sometimes they just said I'm so emotional because in some circumstances I would be so soft. Yeah, see something and then cry. Kumbe nina vizibu vyake.
So it wasn't because of what you're seeing, maybe
Yeah,
the
but
movie.
it could trigger something in me and then I would just burst out in tears and cry.
And I think that is characteristic of many. People think people are just emotional.
Yeah.
we usually say that the happiest person in the room is usually the happiest person in the room is usually the person who has probably the biggest mental health challenges, because they laugh too much and it's exaggerated. And we say that one of the signs is that a person, one of the signs that a person is not well is that they seem to have too much of something.
Yes.
Either they cry too much, or they laugh too much, or they keep away too much.
Yeah.
You know?
And by the way, there's a moment that reached when, I don't know what had happened, but the moment you see me get out of bed, very excited, very loud, very happy, dancing, jumping around, something was totally wrong.
And that was usually in your mind.
Extremely. Yes.
So are there also instances where you'd make little things become big things?
Yes.
Mold out of
Yes, I used to have very many arguments with my sisters. Yes. They said something, I take it the wrong way, yet they were meaning something else.
Okay.
Yes.
And have you resolved that, or it is still yet to be resolved?
No, I'm fine now.
You're fine now?
Yes.
You know, they say you're not... Let me not say that you are not fine, because I can't dispute that. But we know it is an ongoing process.
Yes.
Whereby even when you feel fine today, tomorrow you realize that yesterday you were not fine.
Yeah.
The same way when you had the issue, you'd keep thinking, I'm fine, I just cry. I'm just very emotional. But then eventually you realize, no, that was a little bit...
Yes, I wasn't being emotional. Yeah.
It's a little bit too much. And therefore, what do you say? Another thing, if I may ask, after seeing and beginning to understand most of these things, do you now identify them in others?
Yes, I do.
Well, let's start at home. Tell them they are listening.
At home, at home, I can tell when someone is not fine, and I can ask you, what's the problem? Even if you just keep quiet or you just think you're acting normal, I can tell that. Flash, Josh, Charity isn't fine. Yeah. And by the way, there's a lady I was seated with in a taxi. She wasn't even paying attention to it, but I looked at her and I told her, you have anxiety. She looked at me and she was shocked. She was like, no. Then after some time, she was like, how did you know? I saw her. She wasn't comfortable. She was showing that something is not right.
Yes.
She was, how can I say it? She was not, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I can see it in someone.
Yeah. We say that usually when you are affected by something, it is easy to identify it in others.
Yeah, very much so.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And there's also a saying that goes that you cannot identify in others what you don't identify in yourself.
Yeah.
So when you identify angry people, it means you're an angry person.
Yeah.
So it is easy because you've experienced it. The only thing is that you probably, what we say that you do, because we are supposed to help others at whatever stage, I tell you my story. I don't even have to be a professional. You see, me telling you my story, first and foremost, shows you what I went through. And then how I am dealing with it. Because we never actually do deal with it. We overcome things step by step.
Yeah.
Now you'll find I am not drinking now. I'm not coping using drinking.
Yeah.
But it took a long time to get here.
Yes.
There are still certain things which are not yet resolved.
Yes.
Are you seeing what I mean?
Yes.
So what I do is I tell you my story, and my story shows you that I used to be a drunk. I went through rehabilitation. I stopped, but when I stopped, family life was a bit difficult because I had missed a lot of time in growing up. Then I had lost out on doing things like work, like concentration. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And therefore I had to catch up with those. So I'm lagging behind kind of. So there are all those steps that you actually grow to catch up with. It is an ongoing process.
Yes.
So it is very important. And we say that you even coming out here, It's brave, by the way.
Yes.
And we know that, I think it's your first time
it's
of
a
exposure.
process. It's a process. Yeah, the healing, we're still healing, but at least we see that I can. Me getting out of bed, go to work, is a big step for me.
Yes.
Because I used to be in the house all the time. Yes. And coming out and be like, let me talk about my story on air is a very big thing.
Now you've talked about work. How is it at work?
It's okay. I'm coping up.
Yes.
Yes. Because as I've told you, I have social anxiety. It's not overcome yet.
Okay.
But it's something we shall go to. Process by process, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, we are back. I'm still with Lillian Karen, who has been giving us her journey. Was giving us her journey on depression and how it led to love with the wrong person, and how she has also said that she's not going to fall into the same mistake again. We have covered so much, and there is still a lot to talk about, but time will never be a friend to this program. We always need more than that. We had reached the part where she's in her recovery journey, which started, and she was just telling us how she finally made up her mind to get the help that she needed.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes. So Lillian.
Yes.
So you
Mr.
called after calling after sending a message, you got a good response.
Yes.
Then you came. How did it feel walking in and getting started?
Walking in, I felt like turning around and going back home. But I was like, no. The first step to recovery is acceptance, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because I accepted that I have a problem and I need help. Because no matter who I used to speak to, my mama or my sisters, nothing used to work. So I was like, let me give a professional stranger, a chance to look into me.
Yes.
Yeah, and it worked out.
And he looked into you.
Yes.
What did he
and
find?
He drained some tears out of me. Because he made me accept to things that I was lying to myself too. He opened my eyes, and I saw that really things were going that wrong way. That I had to accept what it really was to start on the healing journey. And I had to first forgive myself and to know that I'm not a problem. Whatever used to happen to me, it wasn't my fault. I was also going through something that people didn't understand. So I didn't have to give them a chance to influence me, to make me feel like, okay, I'm a burden, or I'm faking things, or I'm being like this to get favored. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, asthma, I don't know how it feels. How does it feel?
It feels like you're being choked.
Like you're going to
you
die?
cannot breathe. Like the struggle of breathing.
Okay.
I can only describe it as you being choked and you only have a tiny hole of breath. Yes.
And then when somebody tells you that you are pretending so that you can be favored, what does that feel like?
Feels like, what am I doing in this world? Yes.
That was the main reason for the suicidal thought.
Yes.
Do you still have asthma?
Didn't seem to be worth it. Just making my parents spend day in, day out. It made me feel guilty at heart. Yeah. But now I know it wasn't my fault.
Yes.
People are born with problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you forgive yourself.
Yes.
Do you still have the asthma? Or
It comes once in a while.
it's not as frequent?
Yes. It's not as frequent.
Did it reduce after you met the therapist, or?
I know for the asthma, it had reduced, I think, because we were told when I was still young that it could reduce as I
as you grow older. Yes.
Yes, and that's what happened.
Okay.
But for the mental
The depression.
issues, the depression, the anxieties are reducing.
So what are your coping mechanisms now? What do you do?
What do I do? You know, Mr. Bill always tells me, whenever I feel like you don't want to get up, that's when you need to get up. So whenever I feel like I don't want to get up, I get up.
Okay.
Yes. Whenever I feel like I don't want to do this, that's when I have to do it. Yeah.
And it works.
Yes. If you feel like you don't want to get out of bed, it's the exact time you have to get out of bed.
Yeah, but you see, sometimes you might feel like you have to get out of bed and then you fail to get out of bed.
No.
That doesn't happen.
You have to get out of bed. Yeah.
Do you have like an accountability person whom you tell and say that if I
Yes.
don't, please come and get me out?
Yes.
Who is that person?
There's a little man called Taj. Yeah.
Who is Taj now?
He's my sister's son.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's the loudest person in the house. So whenever I feel like I don't want to get out of bed, you'll see him opening the door. He's always there jumping, shouting. So you have to get out.
So that's your cue.
Yeah.
But he was there before, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he helps more now because I go to understand
You're aware.
more. Yes.
So you advise people?
To come in and seek therapy. Because
People will think I'm making kalango for myself.
No, this is not kalango. But according to my personal experience,
Yes.
I was dying when I don't know that I was dying. Yes. And that's something very, very deadly.
Yes, it is.
You fake and fake, but remember, you cannot lie to yourself forever. You know that something is not right, but you keep on pretending, and that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Come to a professional, speak to them. They'll tell you exactly what you need. You know, people have bad problems that need even medication. Bad anxiety. Even at school, I never used to raise up my hand. Even when I knew the answer, I never used to raise up my hand.
You would think like
It's going
wrong.
to be wrong. And then until someone else gives it out, I'm like, oh, okay, now that answer is right. I never used to speak in public. I used to I think I would even pass out. I would shake and feel like I'm out of breath. And then that's all for me. Yeah. But now, I can speak in public. I can speak when something done to me isn't right. I'm not suppressed. I can speak up. I'm even here. This is a very big thing.
True.
Yeah.
You even you can cry without feeling embarrassed.
Yes.
about it?
When emotions are there to be felt. If you feel like
And express.
yes, if you feel like you want to cry about something, do not push yourself back. You do that because it will make you feel relieved. Now, if you like, no, how will they see me cry? Okay, let me just. And this goes to men, by the way. Men are the kind of people that do not express how they do feel. And the society is always like, oh, musaja inza kabatya. And if they see a man cry, they'll be like, he's weak,
Yes.
which is not right. A man is also a human being. He has emotions. A man feels sad, a man feels pain.
Yes.
So if you feel sad and if you feel like you're being suppressed, if you feel pain, come speak to someone that is not going to judge you.
Did you see that in your partner, the one you loved, when he had substance use disorder? Did you see that he was not expressing himself?
Yeah.
You know, there are two kinds. There is one who will say nothing, and then there is one who will say everything, and he becomes like a crybaby.
No, he never used to say anything. I like my man being a crybaby when he's around me because I wouldn't want him to go and drink himself to death simply because I'm too serious for life and he cannot speak to me about his problems. Be a crybaby around me. That doesn't matter. You're my man.
So did you ever ask, what's wrong?
Yes, I did.
And what was the response?
They never used to say anything.
As in, he just looks back at you or says, leave me alone, or...
Looks at you and says nothing. Yes.
And we say that of course is definitely one of the deeper issues. So now what would you do in the same scenario? walk away, or
I tell you that you need help, and if you accept, of course, I know where to take you. And if you don't accept, my mental health is more precious.
is more important.
Yes.
And it's very, very important to realize that, you know, they say it is a selfish program. Recovery is selfish.
Yes,
You
very.
have to first be fine enough for you to help anybody else around you.
And to accept that what this person did was not right.
Yes.
And it was not my fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Yes.
And therefore, I should do what needs to be done.
Yes, for my own sake.
Are you helping your siblings? Do you give them talks about...
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do. And one day I told them they don't have enough knowledge about mental health, and some got angry at me.
I hope they are listening so that...
Yeah, but I was open. I told them sometimes you people need more knowledge about this.
Yes.
Because it's bigger than what you think. Because some people think, oh, muntu aba yekoza, but no. There's always a reason for someone's behavior.
And did they take that message kindly, or there's still resistance?
No, right now they're okay. They're okay because they know I am going through therapy. So when I tell
Do they see
them,
the change in you
of
yourself?
course, because Mr. Bill, I used to be at home and all the time there would be arguing, quarreling in the house. And who would be in the quarrels? Lillian.
You are the head coach.
You just say something. You just say something. I'll twist it.
Yes.
But now you can say something even if it's inappropriate to me. Can look at you and ignore because it's okay. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just have to keep quiet. Yeah,
So it's working.
very well.
So do you feel that the family setting is improving now that there is one person who is
Yes,
deeply involved?
because I can tell you do not do that, you're not fine. Sit down, calm yourself down, then you talk when you feel like you can.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very interesting. And we are slowly coming to the end of this program. Like I say, time is never enough. What message do you have to men out there? Because you're a woman who has been through this. What message do you have to men out there in regards to what you know so far about someone who is suffering from a substance use disorder
The very first thing.
in a relationship?
The very first thing I'm going to say to all men in general, men are also human. You're human. Your voices need to be heard. You don't have to suffer in silence. Yeah. If your woman cannot listen to you, seek professional help.
What if she listens and she doesn't know what to do?
Come to the professionals. Yeah.
Okay.
So for those under substance use disorder, my darlings, if you're listening, I know one place I can recommend that is Safe
Mr.
Places.
Bill.
Yeah, Safe Places
Safe
at
Places,
Chambogo. Yeah, you'll find Mr. Bill there. Very
And
affordable.
a bigger team.
Yes, rehab, and they even have medication if you really need medication. That's a hospital, right?
Yes.
Yes. So if you have a relative, a friend, a partner that really needs help, please do not sit on that. They really need help, or else you end up losing them, and you be like Kale Senganda Manya.
True.
It's better trying than not doing
They're
anything
not
at
trying
all.
at all. And to fellow women or young girls like you,
Do not risk your mental health for anything and anyone.
but there are some who are already in such relationships.
It's never too late. It's never too late, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more painful it gets. So it's better you start now. Okay, just start with the thought of living that. If you feel like it's not healthy for you, get up and live. Yes.
Very good. And that's the advice you got from your sister. You should send your shout outs and your gratitude.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bill, for having me here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But you are closing before we are closing.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UT Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, it is Mind Matters, and we are coming to the end of today's show. It has been very enlightening to hear from you, Lillian, and even the the courage to be able to say all you have said
Yeah.
is not in vain. You will listen to the playback. For those who have come in towards the end, sometime during the week or towards the end of the week, you will find it on my page on YouTube at Bill Bekunda, and you can listen to what we were talking about today with Lillian and about her love, which went sour, but she's now back in order.
Very much loved.
Yes.
And in a relationship. That's worth it.
Yes, that's worth it. And so she has encouraged you, I hope, and I encourage you to understand more about what's going on in your lives and in the lives of your loved ones. This is Mind Matters at Stream UG Radio. You can go to www.streamugradio.com or live.streamugradio.com to get direct connection. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Stream UG Radio. Our WhatsApp line is 256-767-862-228. Our email is info@streamugradio.com, and you can find